The word of the day here at Camp Greenbrier, how about pop? Pop. Pop. The popping of the pads took center stage in the first full day with all the gear on. Good evening from West Virginia, everyone. I'm Mike Neighbors, anchoring CST's coverage of Saints Training Camp 2016. Now, it's day 3, but for all intents and purposes, training camp really starts today, the first day of full pads, a day every defensive player, every lineman really looks forward to. Sean Payton said something interesting this week. He singled out former Saints running back Kyrie Robinson as a player that really stood himself away from the pack in the first day of full pads, showing the coaching staff what kind of physical player he was. Let's go to the action, though. We mentioned the linemen, a lot of popping in the pads on both sides of the football, from the O-line and the D-line. They're getting their licks in, but getting the most licks in, how about Saints all-pro defensive lineman Cam Jordan dominating individual drills and very active in 11-on-11s. But the offense also had their highlights. How about Brandon Cooks hauling down this pass with a nice run after catch? Some highlights on both sides of the football, but what did the head Saint think of the first day in full pads?
Overall, I thought we handled the periods well, and you know, there's just a handful of things, though, that from a pad level standpoint, which oftentimes is the case your first day out with pads, that we've got to be better at.
Yeah, look, this is the first day we actually practice football. Yeah. All right, so, you know, we got a long way to go. We got a lot of things that we got to get better at, a lot of things we got to accomplish. I think we've had a good first few days of practice. Look, Sean said it today to the team, you know, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. We just got to put our head down and go to work. And the good thing about it is that's what our guys are doing. So it's encouraging, but we still got a lot of work to do.
Speaking of Dennis Allen, 'tis the Dennis Allen show this preseason. Of course, he shared coaching duties with Rob Ryan a year ago, but this time it's all up to Allen when you talk about this Saints defense that has been historically bad much of the past 5 years. But this time around, it seems like you have a few key additions. James Laurinaitis in the middle of the defense. The secondary should be healthier with Jarris Byrd, and you have the rookie Sheldon Rankins in the middle of that D-line. But when you ask this defense how much better they can be this time around, they're brutally honest.
Well, I think all we can do is go up. So hopefully I know we're going to improve. The way the guys are working, the way our locker room is, the way DA's coaching, the mentality that we all have, it's just different.
Yep, the Saints defense is once again in rebuilding mode, trying to rebound from another disastrous season. This unit knows its past performance is the chief reason this franchise hasn't made the playoffs the past 2 seasons, a fact that motivates everyone.
Oh, definitely. We're definitely excited and motivated for, you know, this year. I'll just leave it at that. I mean, we hear what everyone's talking about our defense, our secondary, and, you know, like I said, we just got to show up. Actions right now is words. We don't need to say anything. We just need to come out here, keep our head down, and just work.
Byrd is primed to bounce back, but he's not alone. This defense knows everyone must step up, and while it's great to be motivated, it's way too early for this D to know how big a jump they will make.
I'm going to have to wait till at least the first preseason game before I give you some actual answers, because, again, everybody looks great. We're all flying around without pads. Bar pads, I think we're going to be phenomenal. We'll see what happens as we get on, and it's all about how well and how fast we can congeal as one team.
Dennis Allen brings more structure and a scheme that gives this group more freedom. A group full of promise where second-year Saints from Delvin Breaux to Stephon Anthony hope their collective improvement in year 2 will add a boost this defense is craving.
Last year, I mean, our whole atmosphere of the locker changed last year. It doesn't tell in the record, but everybody was just so young and so eager last year. This year, we've got a lot of guys jumping from first year to second year. We've got a lot of potential talent. We've got a lot of guys who showed splashes, and all we're looking to do is to develop that on a more consistent basis. If we can get that, I think we could be a great defense.
That's what we're looking to see, you know. I think in general, when you look at the development of a player, a lot of times you see the biggest improvement from year 1 to year 2. So we played a lot of young guys last season, and so yeah, I'm anxious to see what their development is. But really overall, I'm anxious to see how this group gels together. You know, and because this is a team game, and we're going to need everybody to be successful.
It's simply a broken record with the Saints defense each and every year. It will be interesting to see with all the new additions how much better they can be. You got to figure if they can just play average football, the Saints will make the playoffs. Well, our camp counselors are never average, and we have a good one coming up. Yeah, tonight's CST camp counselor offers some national perspective. He's USA Today and ESPN writer Jarrett Bell. Welcome back to CST's coverage of Saints Training Camp 2016. Time for our daily camp counselor, and we have some national perspective with Jarrett Bell of both USA Today and ESPN. Thanks for being our counselor today. I appreciate it.
It's good to be here. And counselor, I mean, that sounds very official and authoritative, okay?
National counselor, we'll call him here. Let's talk about the New Orleans Saints. You go to a lot of training camps, probably more than 10 in the preseason. You really get a feel for what the perception maybe of this team is from a national look. What do you think of this team? It seems like a broken record every year. The defense has to get better, and then you have the offense. But what do you think of these Saints entering this season?
Well, you know, you hit it. It's like, can this defense really improve enough to help bring the best out of that offense? Because you know the offense is going to produce the points. You know that they're going to be in a lot of games, and that's the real big question from a national perspective. But when you look inside the offense and you look at the new pieces there, that unit has a lot of potential to be much better than it's been. And you know, Kobe Fleener and the rookie Michael Thomas, my goodness, I think Drew Brees has got to be one of the happiest guys in camp.
No doubt about it. When you look at the offense, there's a changing of the guard, really, with Marcus Colston coming in. You talked about Michael Thomas, but the one constant is number 9, Drew Brees. And he's asked every year, you know, can you keep this pace up? I mean, last year the guy at 37 led the league in passing. How much longer can Brees do this?
Yeah, you know, as I was watching practice this morning, I said, boy, same old guy. He is like the Energizer Bunny. And, you know, sometimes you can kind of take it for granted. Okay, 37, 38, 39, you know, when you start getting up at that point, you don't know exactly how long guys are going to be able to be as effective as they were in their prime. But Drew Brees still has it, and as I watched him in practice today, just bouncing around like he was the energy source. And so you know that the offense will be the energy source for this team. So it's great for the Saints to see that Brees is, you know, he didn't come to camp with some of the health issues that he had last year, so he looks raring to go.
Yeah, he told us earlier in the week, can he play at this level at the age of 40? No hesitation, absolutely. Sean Payton, a big story nationally at the end of last season. Many of us thought maybe he'll go to Indianapolis, possibly the Giants, the Cowboys, but he's back in New Orleans. You had a chance to visit with him today. Not many coaches coming off back-to-back losing seasons get contract extensions. What about this Payton dynamic in New Orleans? What do you think of it?
Well, I think so much of it has to do with the culture of the team and the type of team that you want to build in this NFL. And even though the Saints have one Super Bowl, right, in 10 years, hey, they've competed for others. They've been in the running. And I think if I'm the Saints, I don't want to blow that up and start over again. So, you know, you have Drew Brees, as we just mentioned, that still has mileage left in him. He and Sean Payton pretty much joined at the hip. But and some of the moves that I've seen now, it's kind of like, hey, they're building this thing to really continue to be productive for a number of years. So Sean is so important to that. And then if you were to get rid of Sean Payton, who are you going to replace him with? That's a big one.
Thought maybe Indianapolis would lose a coach and they may trade places, but that obviously didn't happen. Let's look at this team. I'm hearing 7 wins, 8 wins. I don't hear 9 wins, and I don't hear 10 wins, but you know what? I've covered this team since Peyton's been here. Back in 2008, it was really the same story, and then they won a Super Bowl in 2009. I'm not saying Super Bowl, but where do you see this team in terms of the NFC South and maybe how many wins they can get this year?
Yeah, I'll give them the possibility of winning 9, and then if you win 9, maybe you can win even more than that. It's really interesting because you look at Atlanta, I think Tampa Bay is going to be better as well, and then New Orleans all chasing Carolina. I mean, there's a lot to expect Carolina to win 15 regular season games, okay? And so what happens after that? We know that the Saints are going to put up a lot of points, as I mentioned a while ago, and in this league, that can win you a lot of games. So much is going to depend on how fast the defense comes along, who stays healthy, and kind of what kind of momentum they can get going, because they're going to be dangerous.
here in 7, we're 8, we're 9. A lot of counselors weighing in this training camp. Well, Counselor Jarrett Bell, I know you love the title. I appreciate your time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I like that. I'm going to take that with me, okay?
He travels a lot, too. That's Jarrett Bell of ESPN and USA Today. Coming up next, here from Camp Greenbrier, your quote of the day, and it's wide receiver Willie Snead talking about Welcome back to CST's coverage of Saints Training Camp 2016. I'm Mike Neighbors. We end the show every night with your quote of the day, and what a difference it's been for wide receiver Willie Snead in this camp. A year ago, many figured he had no chance of making this football team, but now he's definitely a lock. And speaking of locks, he showed both in the new hairstyle at this year's training camp and was asked several times about it this morning.
A lot of laughs, a lot of jokes, but, you know, like I said, it just has to wear on people. You know, the guys, it is what it is. You know, a lot of guys have different hairstyles, and, you know, this is just one of them. And, you know, hopefully I don't get too many more questions about it, because it is what it is.
So you didn't expect this many questions about your hair?
I did, actually. I expected a lot, and, you know, I'm going to answer them as best I can, and, you know, I keep it moving after that.
Willie Snead being a good sport with the media. And that wraps up another edition of CST's coverage of Saints Training Camp 2016. We'd like to thank our camp counselor, Jarrett Bell. I'm Mike Neighbors. We'll see you again on Sunday.